to the Cinema Gold Show. I'm your host, Larry Lace. Today we're continuing our series, Classic Rewind, the Holiday Edition, with our review of Jingle All The Way. But first, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Poddex, for sponsoring this episode. What is Poddex, you might ask? Poddex are the hottest new tools for podcasters looking to have more meaningful conversations or gamify their podcast. Simply shuffle up, ask a question, and let the content roll. Get yours today at poddex.com and use code Larry21 for 10% off your order. And before we begin, we'd also like to remind you can follow us on social media. Just search the Cinema Gold Show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And as always, if you want to support the show, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. The link will be in the description. So let us begin. It seems that a Christmas movie tends to fall into two categories. First are your undisputed classics, A Christmas Story, Home Alone, Elf, and many more. And then you have those less appreciated, the hidden gems, the movies that come up on TV every now and then. Movies like Scrooged, Jack Frost, The Polar Express, and today's film, Jingle All The Way. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays Howard Langston, a workaholic dad who's too ramped up by work to be involved in his family's life. After missing his son's karate class graduation, he promises to make it up to him by getting him the Turbo Man action figure, the hottest toy in town. When his wife Liz asks if he got the toy in advance, he panics and rushes to find it, only to find it nearly sold out. So Howard scours Minneapolis, racing against disgruntled mailman Myron, while worrying about his neighbor Ted, trying to seduce Liz using Howard's focus on work during the holidays to his advantage. The cast gives solid performance that match the heartwarming and anarchic moments. Schwarzenegger's physique makes brilliant physical comedy, and he gives a genuine performance. Sinbad is a joy to watch and proves to be a solid foil to Arnold, with Sinbad being more crafty in his tactics to secure the toy. Rita Wilson acts as a solid voice of reason, and her arc with Phil Hartman is cathartic. Hartman plays Ted, sleazy Ned Flanders who turns that folksy charm on and off depending on circumstance. And for all the crap that Jake Lloyd got for the Phantom Menace, he does a good job. I generally cut child actors some slack, but putting that curve aside, Lloyd excels in the role. For a standard story, it feels fresh with help from the characters' chemistry and the wild turns taken. What starts as rushes through various toy stores turns into a wild seasonal road trip, uncovering an underground ring of mall Santas selling knockoff toys to a fight in the middle of a parade. There's no hurdle that the movie can throw at Schwarzenegger, and the ending adds more to make the movie feel fresh and accentuate the heartwarming holiday cheer. While not get as much coverage as A Christmas Story, this movie proves to be a classic in its own right. The cast is solid and the action is over the top and wild, leaving audiences to wonder what direction the movie will take. And it teaches the lessons of family during the holidays, the importance of keeping commitments, and to know when to put that cookie down. And now on to the news. Peter Parker is in big trouble in Spiderman No Way Home in the opening scene. Tom Holland premiered the sequence during an appearance on Late Night with Seth Meyers. It looks like J. Jonah Jameson finally has more than just the pictures of Spider-Man he's been asking for all these years. As part of the promotion for Spider-Man No Way Home, which finally premieres in theaters next week, Late Night with Seth Meyers has premiered part of the opening scene from the film in conjunction with Tom Holland's appearance on the show, giving audiences a glimpse into just how much of a pickle Peter Parker landed himself in at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home. Picking up directly where Far From Home leaves off, the short sequence sees MJ swarmed by a crowd of people in Times Square, as she and Peter process that his secret identity has been revealed, asking whether she's Spider-Man's girlfriend and whether they both plotted to murder Mysterio. In typical J. Jonah Jameson fashion, Spider-Man is branded public enemy number 1 during a broadcast, and Peter escapes with MJ in his arms, slinging the both of them away via a web slinger. Eagle Eye fans will notice an ad for Hawkeye's Rogers, the musical, appear as they swing out of Times Square, landing the two of them safely on a bridge out of harm's way. Peter receives a call from Ned just before the clip ends, as both of them realize just how much trouble Peter's in. But that clip is about all audiences will get to see until the film debuts in theaters next week. According to Holland, only 40 minutes of the film are being previewed prior to the film's premiere. Something akin to a really offensive trailer, in order to keep the kind of intense secrets Marvel is known so well for. This film really is a celebration of 3 generations of cinema, Holland told Myers, so we want to keep as much of it back as possible. The massive secrets Holland hints at in the interview must be absolutely explosive, considering what we've already seen from the film's few trailers. If there's something that could possibly top the tearing open of the multiverse and return of classic Spider-Man villains, audiences ought to be ready for quite the surprise. And Spider-Man No Way Home also stars Benedict Cumberbatch, Alfred Molina, Willem Dafoe, and Jamie Foxx, and premieres exclusively in theaters on December 17th. Our next topic is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Gotta go fast to the sequel. The world's favorite anthropomorphic blue hedgehog is making his return. As unexpected, he's moving faster than ever. Now, I know what you're thinking. How fast is he really? The work had to wait 2 years for his return. But considering the sequel was filmed in the midst of a pandemic, this was a pretty short gap. Still, it might have been just enough time to forget the horrors of the original Sonic character design, so you best prepare your eyes because that image is about to recirculate the internet in abundance. But don't let the 2-year-old memes fool you. 2020's Sonic movie was more than meets the eye. Okay, fine, it wasn't that much more. It's pretty much exactly what you expect from a movie about a hedgehog running at supersonic speed to collect some gold rings and save the world, which is to say it was pretty fun. Audiences certainly thought so. Sonic the Hedgehog ended up becoming the highest grossing video game movie in North America, and the 6th highest grossing film of 2020, with the caveat of 2020 not being the most lucrative year for theatrical releases overall. All of this was more than enough justification to earn us a sequel, which sees the return of hilarious main cast members: Ben Schwartz as the voice of Sonic, Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, James Martin as Tom Wachowski. But the big kicker are the 2 fan-favorite characters being added into the mix: Tails and Knuckles. Gotta go fast, but don't gotta go alone. That's the new Sonic motto, I assume. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 brings our bright blue buddy back to the big screen. This time, joined by his old pal, Tails. With his human companions away on vacation, Sonic finds newfound freedom being left home alone, which naturally falls apart once Dr. Robotnik returns from his Mushroom Planet prison with a new villainous partner. That would be where Knuckles comes in. He voiced to odd perfection by Idris Elba, who doesn't seem to understand how naturally sexy his voice is. While we debate the logistics of being attracted to a red echidna, Knuckles is helping the mad scientist search for yet another powerful, shiny object. This time an emerald. To defeat the forces of evil, Sonic gets to team up with Tails and use the power of friendship to triumph once more. Or the power of finding the emerald first. But given the fact that Sonic and Knuckles have a pretty long, complicated relationship in video game lore, it's possible that befriending his fellow brightly colored animal will speed up the takedown of evil. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is set to hit theaters on April 8th, 2022. And that is all we have for this episode of the Cinema Gold Show. Let us know your thoughts on the topics we covered in the comment section below, or you can send us a tweet or find us on Instagram. Are you a fan of Jingle All The Way? Let us know. And as always, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.